Before moving to Thailand and becoming a content creator, yep, I'm that guy with a ladyboy girlfriend who you might have seen on your feed. So before that, about 3 years ago, I was going through a very weird period in my life. I was 26 and I was lost. Self-fulfillment, validation, purpose, all those things that you start questioning in your mid-20s, I guess. I just finished my studies and I wasn't too excited to get a job. Instead, I had this funny idea that I want to become a filmmaker. And this idea made my life complicated, much more complicated, because I had to do something about it. I had to make a short film. My first ever short film that, spoiler alert, never got finished because of Thailand. So let's go back 3 years ago. I had just finished writing my master thesis. That was a nightmare, but I was so happy that I was done with it. And during the process, I realized that I don't want to get a job as a data scientist. You know, in fact, I never really wanted it. I think I was just curious to study something challenging, something technical, because I'm kind of a nerd, but getting a full-time job, you know, pursuing a career, that wasn't something for me. I didn't see my life this way. So, my master's finished, I just broke up with my girlfriend after 3 years of what it seemed to be a very promising relationship, and then that gray, dark Berlin November weather was just a cherry on top. That was so depressing. So I guess I needed a new purpose in life, something to chase, something to be passionate about, and somehow I came to this conclusion that I want to become a filmmaker. That was a new challenge of mine, you know. I want to prove myself that I can be a filmmaker. And I don't know where it came from, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was always surrounded by movies. You know, my dad used to own a small VHS store that later turned into a DVD store, and we always had movies as soon as they came out. You know, cinema is the art form that I understand the most and I appreciate the most. So, challenge accepted. I had to write a script. Done. I need to convince my friends to take part in this movie. Also done. Now I have to find the rest of the team, people who will basically work for free. That was a tough one, but not impossible. Also done. Now I need to organize everyone, shoot, direct, realize that no one, including me, knows what the f we're doing, and somehow bring the shooting to the end. So at this point, there is almost nothing holding me in Berlin anymore. So I guess I'm free to go wherever I want, and I chose Thailand. Yeah, it's time to move to Thailand, where I will edit the movie in a month or two. So I'm moving to Thailand, a country where I've only been once before for 1 week as a tourist. People always ask me, why Thailand? Is it because of ladyboys? Right now I'm making lots of content with my girlfriend Chini, and she's a trans, she's a ladyboy, and that's why people always assume that I moved to Thailand because of ladyboys. Honestly, that's not the case at all. That wasn't on my mind whatsoever. I moved here because I really liked my time as a tourist here, and I was choosing between the countries where I could afford my living. So I moved to Thailand and I had a few projects going on in my life. A small agency where I employed 2 freelance writers, and we produced educational content mostly for blockchain companies. At that time, that was my only source of income, by the way. Then I had my old YouTube channel where I was switching niches too often to make it work, honestly. And the third one was a little crypto project that I was doing with my friends. And on top of that, I moved to a new country where I don't know anyone, I need to figure out where I stay, the visa stuff, you know, find some new connections, and most importantly, figure out how to make more money. Because with my little agency, I wasn't making much money. I think it was around $1,000, sometimes maybe $2,000 a month, and it wasn't very stable too. But I knew that was just a transition to something else. I didn't want to spend much time on it, I didn't want to scale it. It was just a few hours a week kind of side hustle that I created myself just to keep things going. So after a few months in Bangkok, I was traveling around a little bit and I decided to settle down in Chiang Mai. You probably know that Chiang Mai is a very comfortable place to be. The food is amazing, people are even more friendly. Yeah, it's just the vibe. Something about Chiang Mai, you know, I still love the city very much. And most importantly, the prices are very cheap. After a few months there, I ended up renting a room for $100 a month with a mountain view. It was a beautiful room. I kind of miss that place, to be honest. But what surprised me the most was how easy it was to find a community there. So first I moved to Neiman area and I got a monthly membership in the yellow co-working space, and that honestly kind of changed my life. I mean, all these decisions did change my life. You know, moving to Thailand, moving to Chiang Mai, it's a combination of all these things. Each of them somehow shaped my life I have now 3 years later. So, I'm in Chiang Mai. It's August 2023. I'm adapting, making new friends.
Can I have it? Wait, no.
The toilet from
Pass the shit.
Is it gonna bite me? Is it gonna
No,
bite
it's
me?
not. So, how many legs?
Fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god.
And kind of absorbing the vibe of the local community. E-commerce, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, SEO, crypto, online courses, Airbnb arbitrage. Everyone in this community was hustling and somehow it was contagious. The expat community in Chiang Mai, as probably in other digital nomad hubs, was about just one thing: making money, remotely and passively. And I realized that, honestly, that should be my priority too. I need to focus on making money, not making movies. What a dumb idea is to trying to become a filmmaker, you know, when you don't have education, you don't have connection, it doesn't make any sense. And finishing that short movie also doesn't make any sense, it's just a waste of time. I was basically broke and I need to figure out how to change that. That should be my only priority. So I started grinding. I focused on my Ukrainian YouTube channel, doubled my uploads and got my first ever brand deal. I did a challenge where I posted short videos every day for a month, and that launched my short form journey on Instagram and TikTok. I started making food reviews and then interviewing digital nomads. I also began editing for other clients, and financially I was doing much better than ever before. Oh, and in the meantime I fell in love with a Thai girl and we started dating. So I guess I was happy. Remember I said in the beginning of this video that I wasn't really sure why I wanted to become a filmmaker, why I wanted to make this short movie. Living in Chiang Mai, I realized that it was a sort of escape from reality. I hated Berlin, I hated my life in the city. I was lost and I was confused. And this fucking drizzling, rainy, grey weather, you know, I needed something. But when I moved to Thailand, I suddenly didn't feel this need to finish this project anymore. I had other things going on, you know, projects that are more fun, more lucrative, and honestly, in a way, more fulfilling. So working on a short movie was a luxury, you know, like a silly project that I just couldn't afford. And honestly, I just didn't feel it anymore. So that's my story of how moving to Thailand killed my dream of becoming a filmmaker. Wait, that could have been the end of the story, but there is more. For some reason it still felt important and it was just stuck in my head. I kept thinking, okay, next month I'm gonna finish it. Then next month comes, I say next month I'm gonna finish it. And so on and so on. When I interviewed Chini for the first time, I still had this in my mind. I need to finish this short film. When I moved from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, I still planned to finish this stupid movie. A year later, 2 years later, it was still in my to-do list. Eventually, I postponed it for so long, so it turned from a task to a regret. You know, a reminder that I haven't finished something that I started. So that project was sitting at 90% for almost 3 years. And it felt like a failure. I knew it mattered to me, but I just couldn't find time or maybe courage to just sit down and finish it. And the time moves so fast that, you know, now you can probably make this film with AI and it will be probably much better than all this mess we shot. You know, we made so many mistakes, we messed up a lot. I messed up a lot. And on top of that, we lost momentum completely, you know. This sort of project, you need to just get it done and move on to the next project. But deep down, I still knew that shouldn't be an excuse to not finish it. Maybe you're watching right now and thinking, come on man, just let it go, cross it off your list, just, you know, just forget about it. And I tried, like really I tried, but somehow it just kept resurfacing in my head and I'm just like, damn, I can't do it, I can't cancel this project. It was just this weird mental loop that kept going for years. I couldn't accept the failure, but I didn't have the right mindset to bring it to the end. But hey, at least I learned a lesson. I learned something very important about me. I'm a really fucking stubborn person. Maybe this video isn't about my story of moving to Thailand, and it's not about self-discipline or filmmaking or finishing old projects. Maybe it's just about the stubbornness. This little annoying engine that keeps us running, chasing things that might not even matter, working on stuff that isn't real, trying to win arguments we already lost, convincing ourselves that it means something, because if we stop, what else is there? So I learned, because I'm a stubborn person, I can never ever start something unless I'm 100% sure I really want it and that I will finish it. Otherwise, I don't have a right mindset to start anything new, to experiment and to move on. Earlier this year, I found this quote that really stuck with me. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. It sounds a little bit banal and simple, but this quote is 2000 years old. But it totally clicks with me. Finishing old things enable you to start new things. I know it sounds very simple, but it's easier said than done. I don't want to be this guy anymore who has 10 projects going on and nothing fucking works because there is just not enough time in a day. And yeah, I was that guy as long as I can remember. Even this YouTube channel, I stopped making videos for 1 year because I've started another YouTube channel. So earlier this year, I decided that 2025 for me will be about finishing old projects. So I sat down and asked myself, which projects are holding me back? And I found 3 of them. First one was my German citizenship process. It lasted almost 3 years and it felt like it will go on forever. Then second one was my recurring tonsil infection. It also started about 3 years ago. It messed up the quality of my life. I had to do something about it. And of course, this silly little short film that I just had to finish it. So I started acting on those projects. So in February, I finally followed my doctor's advice and I went for tonsillectomy. I removed my tonsils. The recovery was hell, but I'm happy I've done it. I feel now 10 years younger. Then in May, I got my final document request for my German citizenship and I acted very fast. I prepared all documents, I paid all taxes, and in August, I got this little book that was my dream for since I was in high school, like for more than 10 years. I also brought my girlfriend to Europe, we traveled together and it was beautiful. And now it's November 2025 and I'm happy to say that my short film is finished. I finished editing. I tried to make the best out of what we had from the shooting. We made lots of mistakes, it was a mess, and I just tried to make the best of it and finish this project. You can watch it right here. It's called Anna Kills and it's about a young Ukrainian woman and her psychological collapse in a foreign city. She's isolated, she's dissociated, and she tries to kill a homeless man and fulfill her dark, lifelong urge. I've also submitted this short movie to a few festivals, but I have zero hope because, spoiler alert, this short movie sucks.
А можешь подкинуть вот так, и чтобы она упала?